We have a 2000 Pontiac Grand Prix that we're going to go through the steps in order to replace the fuel pump. Before doing any repairs, we'll disconnect the negative battery cable. Before we begin the repair on the fuel system, we'll bleed the pressure off using the pressure relief valve on our pressure gauge. Be sure and capture this fuel into a safe container. In order to gain access to the fuel pump cover plate, we'll pull back the carpet in the trunk. Because of the extreme amount of contamination we found on top of the tank around the fuel pump area, we've elected to rinse that area off before we undo any electrical connections or fuel line fittings. Now that we've thoroughly cleaned the top of the tank, we'll disconnect the fuel line fittings. We'll remove the fuel line retaining clips to be reused on the new module assembly. Disconnect the electrical connections. And remove the retaining ring. Be sure to inspect the retaining ring, making sure it's not damaged in any way that would hinder the reinstallation. Keep in mind, as we remove the module assembly from the tank, there's a reservoir that will retain fuel. Be sure and capture this into a safe container. You always want to clean the tank inside and out when removing the fuel pump module. Because of the difficulty in removing the tank on this particular application, we've elected to clean the tank with it in the vehicle. We can accomplish this by removing the fuel, then taking a clean, lint-free rag and wiping out the interior of the tank. The main goal in cleaning the tank is to give the pump a clean environment to operate in. With the fuel tank thoroughly cleaned, we're ready to install the new Airtex module assembly. We'll have to install the float arm onto the sender assembly. To ease installation, we'll install the tank seal onto the module assembly. And we'll install the fuel line retaining clips into the fitting. As you install the new module assembly into the tank, be sure and align the locating tab on the flange with the indentation in the top of the tank. With the fuel pump module located into the tank, install the locking ring, making sure that it is fully seated into the retaining tabs. Now reinstall the fuel lines and the emission line. On this GM application, you will be required to update the electrical connector, which is supplied with the fuel pump. With the updated electrical connector installed, reconnect both electrical connections. Reinstall the cover plate and reposition the trunk carpet. With the repair complete, reconnect the negative battery cable. Cycle the key 3 to 4 times in order to charge the system. Start the vehicle and monitor pressure, making sure it's within vehicle specification. Now before we remove our pressure gauge, we'll shut the vehicle off and bleed the pressure using our pressure gauge, making sure to capture any fuel into a safe container.